Mr. Ledesma, gusto ko lang i-point out talaga na ang nakikita ko business na kayo Yeah. From all the data that's in front of me. Kasi your investment in time deposits, local currency, amounts to 135 billion in 2023. While in 2022, it was 126.4 billion. So, it's sa isang taon, nag-invest kayo sa time deposit by 10 billion. So, now, we go to the other investment that you have.
Mr. Chair, just a quick...
Para malaman na ng tao.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, just a quick...
No, you let me finish first. Kasi you also have investment sa securities. Tama po. And I would like to read yung investment in government bonds in 2022, 270.7 billion. In 2023, 331.6 billion. You could just imagine that. Ang lalaki. Now, investment in corporate bonds from 1.1 billion to 4.4 billion. So, ang utak po ninyo ay investment. Hindi po service. The way I look at the data. Now, you also have earnings doon po sa right of use. Tama po. And I think it would amount to 1+ billion a year. So, ang dami-dami ninyong kanya. Dito sa data na nandito sa harapan ko. So, why is it like that? Hindi po para sa tao yung nangyayari na yung the money of PhilHealth should be used to increase the package or to decrease the contribution. I don't see that in the data that's available to this representation.
Can I comment, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
Again, Mr. Chair, thank you so much. We are not, everything you mentioned was true. We are not refuting everything that was mentioned by Honorable Acop. Again, like I said earlier, we have to change our policy, or we have already begun to change our policy. So yes, it is showing that our investments are increasing, so and so. But again, I'm humbly asking this honorable committee to give us just a little more patience. It's very clear what direction we're taking po. And our focus on benefit expansion will continue to be as aggressive. And in the next few years, iiba yung trend po at iikot yon. So I just want to mention that po. We hear you loud and clear, Mr. Chair. We are changing our direction, we are changing our policy, and we will get there. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Regarding your reorganization, under the law, you have the authority or the jurisdiction to reorganize PhilHealth. Tama po ba?
To a certain extent, yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Yung authority ng GCG is not a provision of law. Would that be correct?
I think, Mr. Chair, if I may allow, hindi po tayo abogado. If I can allow COO to address the question.
Yes, Attorney Santos, you're recognized.
Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Acop, it's part of the rules and regulations of the GCG to regulate GOCCs, including PhilHealth, and that's why any proposal for reorganization must be approved by GCG. Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Acop.
I agree with you, Attorney, but the law provides that the PhilHealth authorities can come up with their reorganization. I was just wondering why you have addressed your request for to upgrade certain positions. I have seen those requests, and some of those were approved by GCG. Now, I looked at the basis why GCG should be involved in the reorganization of PhilHealth. I cannot see any provision of law that says so. Do you have a provision of law that says so? Why? Because it is the reorganization jurisdiction is lodged with the PhilHealth.
my understanding, Mr. Chair, is that the provision states that it's the PhilHealth Board of Directors. But I think in turn, the PhilHealth Board requested that we submit to the GCG. So that's why it was suggested by the PhilHealth Board, Your Honors, that we submit the proposal to the GCG and seek their guidance.
Yeah, but there's no provision of law that mandates that the PhilHealth Board should submit their proposed reorganization to GCG. Is there such?
We submit the proposal to the GCG.
Kasi wala akong alam eh.
Mr. Chair,
Please, Attorney Santos.
Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Akop, just a quick search. Yes, sir. The authority of GCG, as mandated by Republic Act 1014-9, is to evaluate the performance of GOCCs and determine if they should be reorganized, merged, streamlined, abolished, or privatized. Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Akop, sir. Just from a quick search, Mr. Chairperson.
So the GCG, pursuant to that law, is supposed to determine whether your reorganization is what? Pakibasa nga uli yung kwan.
Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Akop, GCG is mandated by Republic Act number 10149 to evaluate the performance of GOCCs and determine if they should be reorganized, merged, streamlined, abolished, or privatized. Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Akop.
Okay. May I know which law is of a later date?
Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Akop, just from a quick search, it's under Republic Act 10149, Mr. Chairperson.
Enacted when?
May I be allowed to look at the date when
Please.
it was enacted, Mr. President?
Well, assuming for the sake of argument, Attorney Santos, that you are true, that you are correct. Ako naniniwala ako if you presented it in such a way na talagang urgent because of this problem that you are facing, I don't think they will reject. Why only now? It has been 2 years. And assuming for the sake of argument na hindi nila inadmit, hindi nila tinanggap, you can go to the President. Humingi kayo ng tulong. Dahil ito yung mga programa, ito yung talagang dapat namin gawin to be able to fast-track all the services.
Dalawa po yung lumalabas sa social media na kami po ay pinapartangan na may kasalanan. Number one, kasalanan namin bakit wini-withdraw namin yung 89.9 billion sa PhilHealth. What can you say about this?
I disagree. I don't think it's your fault po. I disagree. Hindi niya po kasalanan. Yan ang view namin.
Pwede ko po bang malaman para sa kalaman ng lahat ng Pilipino, yung po bang 89.9 billion, meron po ba doon contribution ng mga Filipino na naka-enroll sa PhilHealth? Para maliwanag.
Yes, Mr. Lim Siaco.
The 89.9 billion, Mr. Chair, ay hindi po nanggaling sa direct.
Hindi galing sa contribution.
Opo.
Okay. Yun ay galing sa government subsidy.
Opo.
Okay. So in short, dun sa mga binabayad na mga member, kahit 5 po doon, intact.
Yes.
Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. At yun ay nandoon pa rin sa inyo?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Now,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Pwede po bang i-assure nyo yung mga Pilipino na enroll dyan na wala po sila dapat katakutan dahil yung status or financial status ng PhilHealth ay kaya pa naman. Kasi yun po ang lumalabas sa social media eh.
Yes, Mr. Chair, Kong Akop, Honorable Kong Akop, we can assure the Filipino people that PhilHealth is financially healthy and that we can continue with all of our plans on increasing and enhancing the benefit packages po. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. The other issue is that kasalanan din ng Congress kung bakit zero ang budget ng PhilHealth. What can you say about that?
Again, we disagree po. Like I said in my statement earlier, we go with the wisdom of Congress and hindi niyo po kasalanan yan po.
Gusto lang namin malaman kung wala po kayong budget, would it affect the operations of PhilHealth? Hindi po ba ninyo maibibigay yung dapat na maibigay sa mga members ng PhilHealth?
Hindi po, Mr. Chair. Having zero budget will not affect at all, will not hamper the operations of PhilHealth. And like I said earlier, with our plans to increase and enhance the benefit packages, hindi po maapekto po.
Thank you. The other reason why...
Kung ako, just to clarify,
Yeah, please.
hindi naman totally zero budget. Ang
Zero subsidy po.
Subsidy,
Yes.
not zero budget.
I stand
kasi
corrected.
Medyo, yes, kasi po, yung budget po ng PhilHealth, nanggagaling po to sa 6 na sources. Tama po ba? Yung unang-una po dyan, galing po yan sa sin tax collection. Number 2, 50% ng income ng government share sa PAGCOR. Tapos another 40% from charity fund like PCSO. Ang ika-4, ito na po, yung premium contributions of members. At ang ika-5, annual appropriation of the DOH. At ika-6 lamang, yung national government subsidy. Tama po ba? So, just to clarify, wala lang po kayong government subsidy. But all the rest, nasa inyo pa rin. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair. I stand corrected. It's zero
So
subsidy
it's not
po.
zero budget.
Yes.
It's zero government subsidy.
Subsidy.
Okay.
Apologies po. Yes po. Very clear po.
Yes, Congressman Ako.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Some sectors na advocates ng health, what Congress did was a violation of the law. Yung Republic Act 11223. Tama po. Why? Because of the provision na no portion of the reserve fund or income thereof shall accrue to the general fund of the national government or to any of its agencies or instrumentalities, including government-owned or controlled corporations. Yun po yung basehan nila eh. Attorney Santos, what can you say about this?
Yes, Attorney Santos, you're recognized.
Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Acop, does the question pertain to the 89.9 billion transfer, Mr. Chairperson?
Yeah, yun ang basehan nila. It's against the law raw. Why? Because of this provision. Because of this provision sa Republic Act 11223.
I understand, Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Acop, but before PhilHealth transferred the initial or even the succeeding amount, Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Acop, we were already covered by the positive opinion of the Office of the Government Corporate Council. We also have the positive opinion of the GCG regarding such transfer, and we have already consulted the Commission on Audit regarding this. And Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative Acop, our actions were based on laws, regulations, Mr. Chairperson. So with that, we are confident that all our actions are in accordance with law, rules, and regulations. Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Representative.
Thank you, Attorney. May I know if the subsidies given by government form part of the reserve fund or the income?
Mr. Chair, Honorable Akop, the subsidy of the national government is treated as premium income, premium from indirect contributors. And closing the books at the end of the year, natatransfer siya sa members' equity. Now, we set up already the reserve fund. And for year 2024, papasok dito siya sa surplus or excess, Mr. Chair.
Was there a part of the government subsidy that formed part of your reserve fund?
Mr. Chair, kung ikakalculate po natin ang ito, yung money from the national government, Mr. Chair, Honorable Akop, ay po pwede natin masabi na that money coming from the national government dito po siya sa surplus or excess, or po pwede rin natin po sasabihin na this dahil doon nga tayo kumuha ng binalik po natin sa national government po.
I am asking this question, siguro mas maintindihan ni Atty. Santos, kasi very specific yung provision of law, no portion of the reserve fund or the income thereof. Very, very specific. Di ba, Attorney? Yes. That is why I'm asking whether yung government subsidy na binibigay ng ating pamahalaan form part of your reserve fund.
Mr. Chair, Honorable Akop, with your indulgence, anyway, may nag-file na sa Supreme Court, diba? So I think let's just wait. May kaso na po eh. So in fact, Honorable Mr. Chair, Honorable Akop, yung last tranche nga, diba, pina-TRO nila. But prior to that, may nag-file na eh. So if it's with your indulgence, antayin na lang natin kasi anyway nandun na.
I agree, Mr. President.
Thank you, sirs.
Thank
But
you.
in any event, I would
Thank
just
you, Mr.
like
Chair.
to answer your manifestation that this committee, we are not bound by the sub judice rule. So even assuming for the sake of argument that there is a case pending before judicial, quasi-judicial, or administrative, still, we can still conduct investigation in aid of legislation, just for the information of
Thank you and noted, Mr.
Your
Chair.
Honor. Yes.
With the indulgence of the Honorable Panaligan. Yung,
Yes. Yes, Congressman Akop, you are recognized.
Thank you. Hindi po mawala sa isip ko yung sinabi ni Mr. Lim Siaco na part of the subsidy given to PhilHealth would be used for investment. Tama po ba yung pagkarinig ko?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Mr. Lim Siaco, you are recognized.
maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat ko. As I mentioned, once papasok ang pera sa korporasyon, pambayad sa benepisyo, and of course, pag hindi na ready na tayo, nabayaran na natin yung mga benepisyo, the excess money ay napasok natin sa investment. Now, the pera from the national government, Mr. Chair, as I mentioned kanina, in the year 2023, ang alokasyon from the Sentax ay nasa 80 bilyones. And
Wag na po tayong pumunta doon sa details. Tinatanong ko lang kung tama po yung statement na narinig ko. Tama po ba na part of the subsidy given by the national government would go to investment?
Mr. Chair,
Yes or no?
tama siya. Pero
Yun
let
lang
me
po ang tanong ko. But let me proceed. Wag na po kayo mag-explain. Kasi kung tinitingnan ko po yung data doon sa budget of expenditure and sources of financing, yung appropriations and obligations ng PhilHealth Insurance Corporation, from 2017 to 2022, wala po kayong isinoli na pondo. Nagamit nyo po lahat. So, totoo na nagbayad kayo sa benepisyo at ininvest ninyo. Pero sa tingin ko, mas malaki po yung investment na ginawa-gawa po ninyo eh. You remember sa budget hearing, Mr. Ledesma, sabi ko, what are you? Service provider o business? Di ba? Tinanong ko po kayo noon eh. Why? Because according to the records, your interest income for 2022 was 11 billion. And your other income is 698 million plus. In 2023, your interest income rose from 11.5 billion to 20.7 billion. So, ibig sabihin, lumaki yung investment amount ninyo. Di po ba? So, you're becoming a business enterprise, not a service enterprise. The statistics would show that. You could just imagine, from 2022, 11.5 ang interest income ninyo. In 2023, yung interest income nyo is 20.7 billion. And your other income rose also from 698 million to 815 million. So, yung earning ang nangyayari eh.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Ledesma, you're recognized.
Duly noted, Mr. Chair. Yes, that is correct. That is all correct, Mr. Chair. But I'd like to mention po, that's why I keep on reiterating po that our primary focus now is on benefit expansion. So, Mr. Chair, if we do that, we aggressively focus on benefit expansion, yung trend na po yan, magsi-shift po yan, diba? Dahil umaakyat yan, ngayon, magiging pababa na mo yan. Especially now that we are very aggressive. But po, we will not deny, tama po lahat ng sinabi po ni Honorable Ako.
Okay, having said that, may we know what is the ratio of the payout versus the investment source from the subsidy for the year 2023 and 2024?
Yes, Your,
ano po yung...
Yes, Your Honor. Can we just
Yes,
give,
yung
given a
binibigay
few...
sa inyong, in short, gusto po naming malaman, yung binibigay sa inyong subsidy, ano yung ratio ng binibigay ninyo sa tao at yung portion nun kung ilan ang ini-invest ninyo?
We'll just, Your Honor, we'll put together the figures. It's a very good question. No? We'll put together the figures, Your Honor, with your permission.
Yes, please.
Give in a minute.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
for 2023, Mr. Chair, the benefit payout of PhilHealth for the for the indirect contributors amounting to 58 billion, Mr. Chair.
58 billion.
Apo, ang ating
Ito yung payout.
GAA, Mr. Chair, ay nasa 80. But the amount released in CA by DBM ay nasa 50. So in other words, for year 2023, mas mataas yung benefit payout natin sa indirect compared to the received amount of 50 bilyones, Mr. Chair.
Ang gusto kong malaman, magkano muna yung binigay sa inyong subsidy nun, noong 2023?
Sa 2023, Mr. Chair, 80 billion po sa GAA
80
po
billion.
natin. Opo.
Okay. Sa 80 billion, 58 billion sa payout.
Opo.
Okay. So yung remaining na ilan ang ano nun? 22 billion, ito yung napunta sa investment.
Hindi po, Mr.
Saan?
Chair. As I mentioned, Mr. Chair, 50 na receive namin na NCA. Pera.
50 lang ang natanggap ninyo.
50 lang natanggap namin.
Okay. So saan kayo kumuha ng 8 billion?
Mr. Chair, ito po ay ang pera na nalikom ng korporasyon for the past several years, including yung mga premium contribution from the direct. Yun ang pinampabayad po natin.
So ibig sabihin, yung remaining na 22 hindi ninyo natanggap.
Hindi pa
nyo
po
na-receive.
namin natanggap.
So may utang pa sa inyo yung ano?
DBM po.
DBM.
Opo, nag-usap na po kami last week po ni Yosek
Okay.
Toledo.
Sa 2024,
Sa 2024, Mr. Chair,
magkano muna yung subsidy ninyo, supposedly?
the subsidy from the Syntax ay 40. 40. And
Bakit ang layo ng ano, from 80B naging 40? Okay,
yun,
so 40B ang naging subsidy.
40
Okay.
billion po. And
dito,
benefit payment po, as I mentioned kanina, as of September, ay nasa 62.4 billion already.
62 billion ang
Benefit payout.
payout.
And
Baka sinasabi mo, sinama mo na yung subsidy tsaka yung ano, parang kinumbine mo na.
hindi, Mr. Chair, that is intended for the indirect contributors account, Mr. Chair.
So, eto lahat, etong 58 billion, eto na yung buong payout sa buong 2023. Tama?
That is intended for the indirect contributors, Mr. Chair.
Kaya nga, sa buong 2023.
Opo.
So, magkano supposedly yung galing sa inyo? Kasi pag sinabi mong subsidy, tulong lang to eh.
Opo.
Di ba?
Opo.
So, yung galing sa inyo, eh parang ginawa mo, parang lahat, kinover mo lahat dun sa subsidy. Eh yung sa inyo,
Mr. Chair, for year 2023, the benefit payout ay nasa 118 billion. And again, the
ilan yung ano?
118 billion, Mr. Chair, yung total benefit payout ng PhilHealth. So,
Hindi, yung galing sa inyo.
so 118 billion bawas ng 58. Mga 60 bilyones, Mr. Chair,
So, magkano yung collection ninyo?
sa collection po natin. Ang collection po ng PhilHealth total,
Magkano yung total for 2023?
2023, Mr. Chair, total premium received. Cash po ito, from cash flow.
Okay.
Nasa 198 billion, Mr. Chair.
198 billion.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Sa 198 billion, di ba dapat ito muna yung uubusin mo? Tapos kung may matitira lang sa, kung kukulangin ito, saka tayo kukuha sa subsidy. Tama po ba yun? Kasi ang subsidy, ano yun eh, parang suporta lang yun eh. In the event na kulang eh. Tama ba?
Mr. Chair,
Eh para ang ginawa mo, lahat kinarga mo yung kalahati sa ano, kinarga mo dun sa subsidy para ang ganda nga naman pakinggan, nagamit ninyo yung subsidy. Tapos yung supposedly sa inyo, kinaltasan lang ninyo ng konti, tapos yung bulto, yun ang ininvest ninyo.